I'm Marcus.
And I'm Kitty, and this is Dating Detours.
We've dated the red flags, dodged the ghosters, and yeah, maybe joked around about poly.
And now we're talking to real people about what dating really looks like. The messy, the funny, and the surprisingly healing.
Modern love's a mess. Let's talk about it.
And today we have a special guest with us.
Justice.
We have Justice. All right, let's start out. I'm going to ask you the most important question. Age, sex, location.
Sex, often, but not getting it. The location is going to be roughly Fredericksburg, and I'm 48.
Fantastic. Thank you, Justice, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
You forgot another really important part. I don't know what abbreviation we throw in there to make it work, but what is your current dating status?
I was getting there.
Single.
Single.
Wait, single.
Like,
Ready to mingle?
Thinking about it.
how long have you been single?
Ooh, well, I was single and taken for 5 years. Lived single, operated single, paid my bills single, but taken. I would say single status, probably closer on the 2-month side.
Okay.
2 months. All right. Well, let's touch on this single but taken thing. And tell us more about single but taken.
Yes.
Like, does that just mean you weren't married and you were in a relationship? Like, I don't know. Just explain single but taken. I'm curious.
If I have to look at everything in retrospect, if we look at our lives backwards to the beginning, it all makes sense, right? Mm-hmm. So I
Worked
would
in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, there you go. So I would say that I was in an imaginationship.
Oh, imagination land.
So you thought you were in a relationship, but the other person was claiming single is what it's starting to sound like.
Well, he wasn't exactly single. So I found out.
So you found out. Oh, that's my favorite. So he was married.
Still undecided.
Okay.
Definitely living in home.
So yeah, I've run into a bunch of those. We're not together, but we just live together for the kids. That's normally the excuse I get.
So can you tell us a little bit more about that situation?
Where would you like me to start?
From the beginning.
Oh, that's a lot, guys.
Short version, though. The short version.
How'd you meet him?
Met on Match.com.
Okay. All right.
Damn, he paid.
And he said, I'm single, living with someone.
No, initially the journey started at Match.com. We chatted and texted like anybody would normally in the beginning. And he finally took the jump to meet me in person.
Okay.
And so it was a really weird situation for him, I guess, because I was new to the dating world at the time. We're just rewind like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So in that moment, I didn't know that I was supposed to, pin my location and my closest friend and tell him what I was up to and all these things.
That's what kids do.
I just invited him to my house and said, "You can pick me up at my house."
Yeah, we definitely don't do that anymore.
Yeah, well, maybe
I'll meet you in public.
Right. I'll meet you there.
So he showed up and he walked right past me on a 60-acre horse farm and petted my horse.
Okay. All right.
That's where it all started.
Okay. And so you were with him for years?
So the initial dating process for him and I lasted 8 months.
Okay.
And then there was a tower moment where everything kind of crumbled. And that was my fault the first time.
Of course.
So in that first 8 months, there was not a lot of communication. It was seemingly a lot of mystery and clandestine kind of work, and got to go dark once in a while. And again, I was new to this whole dating thing. I had been in a long-term relationship faithfully for 7 years. It ended badly. So I just took people at face value.
Okay, I know. I totally understand that.
Yeah.
I totally understand that. So he just disappeared.
Yeah, I mean, so our relationship was never based on talking all the time or immediate responses or "I can't wait to see you, let's meet up on Tuesday." It was never that. It was more I was available to him when he was available.
Gotcha.
So
Here's a good question. What did he say his job was to give this Because I'm curious. I'm like, how does one pull this off? I'm taking notes.
God, no. Those don't exist, by the way.
No, they don't.
They do in movies.
Well, in a broad spectrum, I'll just say that he worked for the government.
That's a good one. That is a
I work for the
good one.
government. I can't tell you what I do.
I work for
Exactly.
the government. I can't tell you what I do, but I got to be gone for about a week or two. I'll see when I get back.
Meanwhile, on Instagram, pictures of cruises. Go ahead.
I've been on this cruise.
Neither was I.
Somebody was on the cruise. Did he have two Instagrams, or you just stumbled across the Instagram somewhere in the gist of it?
I have found all of the traditional social media platforms for him that I have found under what I know him to be under.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how long did it take you before you started digging?
Well, I would say that I'm someone who has a very heightened intuition. I'm not naive.
It's a women. It's a most women thing.
It's a Pisces thing.
Okay.
It's a Pisces thing. We're a little witchy.
I'm just nosy. I started looking from day one.
Well, I wasn't trying to fault anybody. We all have dirt, you know. You dig deep enough, you're going to find something.
Well, yeah, I want to at least search the top layer.
The first 8 months, questions started to ring true in my head, and his absence really said it all. His non-committal, rare responses, pop up in the middle of nowhere kind of thing. Started to ask questions.
Were his responses to you like certain times of the day, or was it just random?
If you fast forward a few years, yes, there was a lot of consistency with only talking to me in his car. Okay.
Okay.
So, but if in the beginning, I just assumed he had an important job, and day, night, whenever,
You just trust him from day
I
one.
trusted it.
Yep.
But his distance was the concern. I wouldn't say that it necessarily caused me to dig at that point. But in that first 8 months of dating him, there was another guy that was pursuing me.
Okay. And who was this guy?
So this guy
It's always another guy pursuing.
was a police officer. And this police officer came with lights on, handcuffs, ready to go. And he was just not anymore.
Because of you, or just because he's not?
Well, that's a story in itself, but you'd have to do a second season.
Well, I was gonna say we might have to bring him back next season. for
Yeah,
that
yeah.
story.
So no, this man was
Jamie. That's Jamie.
Yeah. So there was a moment where he had met me at my place of employment, and I was clueless that he was flirting with me until a coworker made it clear. And because I felt committed in my single but taken, right? My single but taken situation.
Yes.
I just kind of ignored it, but he was a show-up kind of person. He wanted to help me mow my lawn, put groceries in my fridge. Like, he knew I was single. And then he started to badmouth the guy. I told him that was my boyfriend. I said, I have a boyfriend. He said, he's never here. I never see him around. Where's he at? I don't see him doing these things.
I actually don't ever see him either.
Yeah, facts.
I don't think any of us do in the beginning. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So there was no really big digging until I noticed the absence and the awareness from the guy that was pursuing me.
Okay.
So.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
makes a lot of
does.
sense.
That does.
You don't realize what you are missing or what you don't have until you don't have it.
Sure.
So I can totally
One
understand.
of my new sayings is, "You didn't know what you didn't know."
Yeah, but then you gotta find out.
Oh yeah, you do.
So you said the first 8 months that you guys dated. Did you guys date longer than that?
We dated in the first 8 months, and it came to a halt immediately when I was lonely, and Mr. Perfect was showing up trying to help me all the time, and I was crying in my beer, and he
Mr.
took
Relief
advantage of
Officer.
me in a inebriated moment. And guilt-stricken Justice over here was an honest person. So I went to
Cut
my.
this off. I got someone new.
So I went to the guy that I believed I was absolutely in love with, but I didn't know that then. I know that now. And I just put the cards on the table, and I said, where are we going with this? And he just kind of sat back with, that body posture of, what do you mean? and it was evident. And I said, well, someone else is pursuing me.
Yeah.
And he didn't like that answer, and he got up and left, and deuces, nothing.
Guess that's all you needed to hear there.
Yeah, crickets. 8 months. Neither one of us, no contact.
Wow.
I said, okay, fine. I'll take that as an answer.
Okay.
And I respected.
That is an answer.
Right.
And I
No
respect-
answer is an answer.
Yes. That's what I've learned.
Right. So let me. Okay, I had a question with that. Never mind. Carry on. I'll circle back when I hear it. Oh no, I got it now. So at what? You still didn't know that he was married at this point.
I don't believe him to be married. He actually showed me divorce papers.
Well, did you still not know that he was living with the ex-wife then at this point? When did that come
In the
about?
first 8 months of my dating situation with the man we will call Long Shot.
Long shot.
Long shot.
Okay? I love the horse races, okay? Everybody wants to bet on the Long Shot.
Yeah, that's right,
Why?
that's
Because
right.
it has a big return, right?
Right.
So then you're like cheering them on. You're like, who doesn't love an underdog?
It's like me with my Captain Save-A-Ho cape. I have to wear. I always
wearing
want
it
to
today?
say, no, I've retired. I've retired my
He's
cape.
retired, guys.
Good for you, Marcus.
My daughter made me retire.
So he, when I originally met him, he was told to me that he lived at home with his child. So, and he showed me his divorce papers, but I think just
Technically, that's true.
yeah.
Right. Just didn't tell you about the other person that lived in the house.
Tell you about the other person that lived in the house.
Out of respect, you
never went to his house?
No, you figured it out.
Yeah,
Didn't you?
no, went to his house.
Didn't want to introduce the kid and to another woman after he'd gotten out of divorce.
I mean, fair enough, but
Respect.
Understand that.
fair enough. But most of the time, when there's co-parenting situations, there's always weekends where the kid's not around.
Correct.
So I'm
How can I
still
not spend the night at your house, babe?
right.
Oh, this is interesting. And this went on for 8 months.
Right. And then there was the break
And then there was the break
for 8 months.
for 8 months.
So you took a break,
Then
had the cop, and then circled back.
Yes, you got it. So at that time, that'll just have to be a different, I'll
Yeah, let's
skim
put
over
the
the
cop.
top.
So yeah, you had a little 8-month run with the cop.
Well, actually, I had a 6-week run with the cop.
Oh.
In the real scheme of things.
Oh.
But neither here nor there, he was moving way too fast for me. And we'll just leave it at that. And then
I'm moving in
nonetheless,
tomorrow, baby.
yeah,
I'm moving in tomorrow, baby.
yes. So
No, thank you.
So when that was done, literally 7 days after the police officer was on his way to a new damsel in distress.
Captain Save-A-Ho.
There it is.
That's right. With a badge.
Within 7 days, I received an email that said, I would like to connect with you at some point and chat.
Long shot.
It was long shot.
Long shot.
It was long shot.
Mr. Long shot.
An
It's like he just.
email.
It's like he
An
just
email.
smelled it. He just smelled the cop leaving. He's like, smells like she's alone again.
I think I was wiretapped and cameraed, just to be honest.
Maybe.
Oh,
Maybe.
no. I mean, you have other reasons to think that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, plot
Let's
thickens.
talk about this.
The plot thickens.
Not too much, but
The
good.
thought plickens.
Right. The thought plickens.
Seconds.
Yes.
Let's go.
So, why do you think you were tagged and bagged, basically?
Right.
Track and trace?
Track and trace.
Tag and bag?
Yeah.
Well, I would just like to say that there was some pretty evident things that made that. I went crazy. Like, I was looking, how is your iPhone tapped? What codes can you put in? My phone would continuously get hot. And there was just too much commonality
Oh,
with
my
words that
phone's
were
getting hot
repeated.
right now.
And there were things that were said that nobody could have known if I was in private. There was a time that I came home and the cover of my smoke detector was on the floor, almost under my bed. The blankets had been pulled back, and I never locked my door on this big farm. Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Why would you? It's big.
And there was just some real, made me question too much, and then my intuition would take over, and maybe it's delusion, who knows? But I was just like, this isn't right. So I even employed my adult daughter to figure stuff out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And
Okay.
she was like, yeah, somebody
No,
knows something.
I get that. I understand that. I understand that feeling.
Yeah.
Feeling like somebody's following you, watching you, recording you.
I feel like I'm being recorded now.
You are. It's good.
Thanks, to be honest.
You're right.
Oh, we said we're recording you.
Double time, audio and video.
So, yeah, I spent a little bit of time like feeling that way sometimes, like I was being watched or like looked over constantly. It's not a good feeling.
No, it's
I've had stalkers too, and it's no fun.
give them a show.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're gonna send an invite out to all the stalkers of our past and have a one-on-one convo about it and be like, what made you want to stalk us?
Maybe that should be your next episode.
That should be our next episode.
the
Find our
stalkers.
stalkers.
Find our stalkers. Let's go.
Dear Stalker, instead of Dear Abby, it's Dear Stalker.
Like, hit me up.
Right.
I'm single.
You want to stalk me?
Right. Let's trade stalkers. Like, you know what I mean? Let's have like a pool and like trade them.
I like it.
Like
It
trading
sounds like a
cards.
Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
So when did you finally get rid of Long Shot?
Whew. Well, that was in the last 2 months.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And I wouldn't say that he's in a dark place right now.
Okay. Understandable.
So, yeah.
Understandable.
Let's touch on that for a minute. I want to go in on this dark place scenario. Like, oftentimes I feel like we date people and one of us is in a dark place, right? Mm-hmm. I know I've had those moments, right? And I tend to date a different type of person than I would date if I was in a good place.
Interesting. Okay. How so?
Well, I think when you're in a dark place, your confidence is low. And
Yeah.
you're kind of just looking for that person that's going to pat you on the back and tell you it's going to be okay type thing.
Fill a hole.
Yeah, exactly. In my case, I'm even like, hey, I'm in a dark place. You don't want to do this right now. I'm telling you right now. But a lot of times people like that challenge. They're like, oh, no, we can get you out of this dark place. It's okay.
The most famous words ever.
I'll fix him.
Right. I'll fix her. I'll fix her. Yeah.
So is that where you were?
I actually exited my long-term relationship that put me in single status to find Long Shot with like a whole load off my back.
Okay.
I've done shadow work, done all the things that would really be hard for some people.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go into a new adventure, not bleeding on people who didn't cut me. And I
That's
still
good.
carry
I
a
like
very
that.
wide
That's good.
range of optimism,
I like that.
even in a dark place. Even when I've had my growth moments, I like to call them, like we're all in the dirt, right? And there's like a little seedling, and you just got to look for the light. And I'm
Yeah.
just that girl. I'm just that girl.
I like that. I mean, I don't know. It depends on how dark it was coming out of like a crappy relationship. I normally, if it was like one of those like just gut wrenchers and I'm bleeding out, like I'm gonna like just go in my little hole and not participate with anybody for a while.
Fair enough.
And just be like, nope.
And that's fair.
I'm going to go recover.
That's fair. I
Now,
feel
if I'm
like-
just kind of butthurt and it's like not that big of a deal, then I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to keep moving. So it just depends on the degree of the hurt and like the damage that was done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
mean-
think everybody needs to take a good soft spot after a breakup.
I think so. I think there should be a cooling off period.
Yes, absolutely. That was my issue, is when I separated from my ex-husband, I literally went on my first date with another guy like 3 days later.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, it was pretty much beyond that. Like I've been single for 6 months now. Well, I'm not single anymore, but
Single, not single.
I was single for 6 months. And it was the longest time in my whole entire adult life that I have ever been single. And I mean, notwithstanding the fact that I never really did process my divorce, my separation, the stuff that happened to me there, before I got into another relationship, which was, it was a relationship. And so I think taking that time afterwards is probably anyone's best bet. And again, like you said, it's really depends on the severity, the degree to which the hurt.
Yeah, it's just gonna depend. You know what I mean? Like, I think if it was a traumatic, like hurtful situation, I think you need to go to therapy and chill the hell out and leave it alone, right?
Yeah.
As a guy, and I'm sure, you know, a lot of guys will probably agree, like, we have a tendency to, like, circle back through exes, and we're just trying to find something to feel good, and, you know, we want to get laid, like, all the things. Girls, I've found, well, I can't even say it. Girls go both ways, too. So there's some girls that come out of, like, this long marriage and go into a hoe phase, and then some of them, like, go
Hop into another relationship. Yeah.
Like, there's so many different levels of it, you know what I mean? Because I'm like the guy that attracts anything damaged. I'm going to find them, or they're going to find me.
Stalkers.
They're going to find me. And I've heard all the different versions. Like, I just got out of a relationship. I don't want to get into nothing serious, but we can have some fun. And then they latch right on, and I'm like, whoa. And, you know, so it just varies. But I think everybody needs a cooling off period.
They really do.
You mentioned therapy, Marcus, and
Yes.
this maybe should have been a huge turning point for me, you know, versus forging 5 years into a imagination ship, if you would.
Not even a situationship, an imagination ship.
Yeah, so I actually started therapy a couple years ago.
Okay, good.
Really only because I started to question, am I doing something wrong in this dating scene?
Yes, that was me too.
I have been faithful. I have been supportive. I've been consistent. I've been considerate, humble, patient, because I was dating to marry. And so, as you can imagine, I started to question my own self. Like, what am I doing wrong here? Mm-hmm. This guy is stagnant. He's not taking a step forward. And if he does, it's only for 12 hours. And then, you know, and then I'll see you next month. So those were some of the kind of things I started to question. So I was fortunate enough to get therapy, which, oddly enough, my therapist's name is Longshot also. Yeah, same
Got
name.
some good therapy
Really
stories.
But he's been amazing, and
Yeah.
you know, lots of good vibes, and it really helped me get through the core of my college and making the dean's list. And I mean, in the meantime of me being single but taken, you know, I used this time, like some people in my close relationships would say, "Oh, you wasted so much time, Justice. What? Aren't you mad?" I said, "No, you know what? Because I was single and I focused on me, even though I was taken by someone."
Yeah.
You know, and he wasn't in my face and telling me what to do, or, you know, in my space.
You had your freedom.
I had a lot of freedom.
You had your freedom.
And I respected the boundaries of a relationship that was in my heart.
So what did your therapist, I mean, I'm sure you talked to Longshot about Longshot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, what did he say? Like,
Well,
did he, like...
He just encouraged setting some strong boundaries. As the years went on, I mean, our conversations changed. Originally, it was, you know, you should set some boundaries, and you should ask some questions, and you should, you know, this is
Should
where...
definitely ask some questions.
Definitely should have asked more questions.
And you know what the thing is, guys? I'm not that girl that nags and pokes and digs through your phone. I'm not 20.
Yeah.
You know,
And look, my rule with the phone thing is, like, I don't want to see. Because there's going to be something.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. And especially, like, as a guy, I've looked through phones when I was younger and, like, more jealous and more insecure. And I always found something. So I'm like, if you dig, you will find something. But in their defense, a lot of times it was just random creepers in their inbox. Guys, we don't necessarily get that. You know what I mean? I don't got a bunch of creepers in my inbox.
I thought you had stalkers.
Not anymore. That was when I was younger in my rock star day.
Just calling you out.
Yeah, right. When I was younger and in my rock star phase, probably. But I just said, what I mean, like, I have a lot of friends that are girls, and, like, I know girls to have tons of people just talking to themselves in your inbox.
Yep.
You know,
Your conversation guy.
right. But it gets back to, and I always say, why not just shut him down? Like, why are we letting these guys go on? You know what I mean? And then here lately, I've been hearing, I'm like, why'd you even give that dumbass a chance? And they're like, he was just so persistent. He wouldn't give up. And I finally said, fuck it. If you take me for steak, I'll entertain you.
Must have been a cop.
Somebody say steak.
Right, exactly, right? That's what it comes down to. Like, I was hanging out with somebody, damn, we're far enough into the episode where they won't watch this far. That's what I'm learning. Attention spans are real short, so when we get deeper into episodes, I can say what I want to say, and they're not going to be like, I heard it. I was hanging out with somebody Saturday, actually, and they kept going to the bar to get drinks and, taking a little long. And I just know this person to be flirtatious and very social, and I'm just trying to find the middle ground of when do I go investigate versus just let it unfold, right? Because I'm also one of those people I'll just give you the rope and let you hang yourself. You know what I mean? Because it's better to do that than sit around and worry about it. Yeah. Here, just take the rope, and if you hang yourself, then I know what's up.
Yeah.
So anyway, long story short, we had a convo about it, and they're like, well, I'm a broke single mom, and if guys want to buy me drinks, they can buy me drinks. And I'm like...
Broke single mom, yeah.
But later it turned into a situation, because then the dude felt as a guy, if I buy you 4 or 5 drinks, now I'm like, all right, where's this going, right? And that's what happened. Dude ended up beside of us, and I'm like, can I help you?
Hey, you can buy me a drink too.
Right, you buy me drinks too? What are we doing, right? But in his defense...
I will allow you to buy her drinks.
Right.
You also buy me drinks.
Well, without going into a whole lot of details, I wasn't buying drinks anyway. You know what I mean? My drinks were free. So I'm like, I would have bought your drinks.
DJ life.
Right. I'm like, later when we were having this heated conversation about it, I'm like, I would have just bought your drinks. I would
have rather just bought you drinks myself
than dodge this.
Than deal with this.
Exactly.
Yeah. So when she came, she was your date? Or you met her there?
It was one of those, hey, I've been trying to hang out with her for a long time because she's got 5 kids, single mom life, and she hit me up and she's like, hey, what are you doing tonight? You want to hang out? And I'm like, I'm DJing at such and such place.
Yeah.
Do you want to come hang out with me?
Hang out with me.
Right?
Okay.
And then before we even met up, I was like, basically I'm kidnapping you and you're spending the night. I just claimed it. So in my defense...
And did she say yes or no?
She said yes.
Oh, okay.
So, and she ended up coming home with me. So in my defense, you had all intentions of going home with me. Why are you entertaining dudes just to get free drinks?
So you didn't have to pay for them.
So you didn't have to pay for them.
Right. No, because I almost got in an altercation with this dude.
Okay.
And then come find out he was fresh out of jail. He was looking for some trouble. So I'm just like, see, stop talking to these people.
Stop talking.
Don't talk to people.
You need to fill out this questionnaire first.
Right.
Please.
Don't take drinks from strangers. I tell my daughter that. First of all, you don't know who this person is. Mm-hmm. And trust me, if they buy you more than a couple drinks, they think there's some tension behind it. Right, and that's where it went.
I bought her drinks. She's coming home with me.
Exactly.
No. We already discussed it.
Right. No, this has been pre-plotted, buddy. Sorry for your luck.
Drinks.
I'm like, maybe next time. So yeah, it was a whole thing. So but anyway, back to you. We went down a sidetrack.
That's fine. Yes.
In that situation, how do you feel about that?
As a female, we already pre-plotted. Hey, come hang out with me. You're going home with me. We've got history, so this ain't a new person.
I am a loyal person.
Exactly, that's me.
You're asking the wrong person because I'm going with my guy.
This is what we want to hear.
Right next to you.
Right.
You know,
for the night.
If you're going to take me out in a nice prom dress on Saturday, perhaps I'm here with you.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, I never had those options. But neither here nor there. Yeah, but that's my mentality.
I think it's just a respect thing. If I come with you, I'm with you. I'm not going to do anything to disrespect you or hurt your feelings.
Or make you jealous.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right. Or the puppet strings. Come on.
For that situation, we are together for that situation.
So, man comes to you, says, "Hey, I want to buy you a drink." Do you let him?
Actually, yes. And you know why? I'm going to say, you want to buy my guy a drink too?
There you go.
There you go.
And I've had those convos with females too, because you got to remember, as a DJ, this kind of thing is not new to me.
Sure.
And that's why I'm quick to be like, let's have a convo, because I see where this is going.
I like that.
But I'm also and it wasn't even the fact that she let this guy buy her drinks, because you're right, it's less drinks I gotta buy. I'm cool with that, because I was confident she was coming home with me. That wasn't the argument. And And then she goes, well, I told him I was with my friend. I was like, there's where you fucked up.
There's where you fucked up.
There's where you fucked up. You don't say I'm with my friend. Because then guys go, oh, it's just a friend. I got a chance.
Just a friend. I got a chance. Let me buy you some more drinks.
You didn't have to say it was your boyfriend. All you had to say was, I am with someone tonight.
I have a
got a date.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's all about communication, how you word things. But the fact that she said, I'm with a friend, gave him the hope and the opening. To the point where, like, I got him thrown out because he was getting aggressive. And then he waited outside. Like, he was so butthurt, he waited outside. And I'm like, I know she's hot. That's why I'm taking her home, bro. It's okay. Chill. So it turned into a whole thing. Yeah.
Well, glad you made it out alive. With
I barely made it out alive.
scary convict in there coming at you with for the girl.
Jesus Christ.
This is the dating pool, guys.
Right.
It's a
Cesspool.
And then she was making jokes. She was like, next time you take me out, just give me some money for drinks and we can avoid this. And I'm like,
How about you just tell the guy that, hey,
just say I'm with someone, and if you still want to buy me a drink, you still can. Because I've had plenty of sisters.
Buy me and my someone a drink.
Right. Well, she told him, like, hey, his drinks are free. And he's like, cool, I'll buy you a drink anyway then. And I'm like, cool. But again, later when she said I was just a friend, there's where everything went wrong.
She left it open.
She left the door open.
She left the door open.
She likes fuck boys. She's got like 5 baby daddies. So
Ouchie.
in my mind, she was probably like, ooh, little fuck boy.
Maybe she was just an equal opportunity employer.
I mean, that's fine. Just not on my watch.
Yeah, she was that night.
Not on my time. You know what I mean? You do that shit on your own watch. What I don't know won't hurt me. That's another one of my favorite sayings. What I don't know won't hurt me. If we're not serious, I don't need to go digging through your shenanigans to figure out what you're doing when I don't see you.
Fair.
But anywho.
Justice.
Yes.
So you were in a very long-term relationship. You said 7 years, 7.5 years?
Prior to my dating situation.
Yes.
Prior to the long shot.
Yeah, prior to long shot. Yeah.
Okay. And so you said you've been actually single
Single.
for a couple of months now.
Yeah.
Have you looked into dating? Are you toying with the idea of dating? Are you
on a dating site yet?
Email from Long Shot?
Yeah, where we have a long shot. That's what we.
Okay, well, you probably want to know what happened.
Yes,
Yes.
that too. Start
Want to know
there.
what happened?
Yes.
Yeah, what happened?
So I have a very small circle, right? It's pretty much a dot. It's me. But there are a couple of really cool people in my existence here in Virginia.
Outside of your dot.
Yeah. And one of these amazing women who I've worked for off and on, and I do a couple hobbies with, she got tired of hearing, how are things with Longshot? And I'd be like, oh, they're the same. And she lost it a couple months ago. And she just said, this is bullshit. She was like, give me his address. And she knew in a 5-year span, I've never been to this man's house. I've never met a friend of his. I've never met his family. And most of our encounters were either at my home or in a hotel or out of town.
Yeah, hotel encounters, like,
Yeah.
I would just know.
And I'm not stupid, guys. I'm not naive. Please don't think that's the case.
No, no.
Sometimes, what did you say? Give him the rope?
Yeah, you just
There
let
you
them hang
go.
yourself.
And because he was the only person that I was intimate with physically, I was like, all right, I like this. And okay, so I can get my schoolwork done, a week or two at a time, and then him and I have our night,
We have our night, and I have my own free time.
It got
Right.
hard
So
cramming
sometimes it's
in
just
everything
cool.
I wanted to share in a 12-hour window.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I started to feel like I was missing, and I was missing that connection. But we had a really great connection. I don't want to misconstrue that. And there's a lot of real there. And I think what it was is that I peeled off his mask, and he saw it, and that scared him.
Oh,
He saw that I saw what he was doing, even though I didn't necessarily confront him.
Okay.
So I got a question on
How it
that.
ended.
I got a question on that. So the second go around, let's just role play for a second. I like role play.
Boy, here we go.
On the second round of things, if he would have just came clean on everything, would you have ended it there, or would you got over it and continued on?
So you mean during these last few years, if he would have just ponied up and...
Yeah, just do it all out there and be like,
Dishonest with
sorry,
you about,
I've been
hey, this is
dishonest, this is what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Would you have been like, all right, I'm already invested, let's work it out?
I value honesty even when it's ugly.
Me too.
And I would have loved for him to say that. or love for him to come to me and say, hey, I got myself in a situation, I moved this girl in, just to see how things would go. She needed a place to go. I don't care what he told me.
Right.
But if he would have just kind of said, I gave him that.
Yeah.
I gave him that in round one. I
Right.
said, hey, this guy's chasing me. I was intimate with him behind your back, and I'm telling you now, what do you want to do about it? And he said, deuces.
Right.
But see, I have a different mentality because I'm working from a place of optimism, hope, and healed. And I think he's not.
So,
Exactly.
in the grand scheme of things, your answer is you would have been like, okay, thanks for telling me, let's work through it.
Absolutely. But there would have to
There
be
you
a
go,
whole lot of,
There you go, guys. For anybody out there listening, just
be
come
honest.
it
clean.
has to be real, raw, honesty.
Not all women are going to take this approach, though, by the way, because
No.
I, too, am a very honest and open guy that has got caught up in situations, and I'm like, damn it, you got me. And I've told the truth, and it's been deuces.
So this really great friend of mine punches his address in online and instantly reveals all the people that are registered living at his house.
Oh.
Now, mind you, I've already done this, guys. It's never showed up for me in my algorithm,
You searched the wrong search engine.
apparently. So I recognize.
Just for the listeners that might need to do this, what search engine brought up all the things?
There's a lot.
Well, which one?
She just did Safari. I mean, she just went into Safari.
Just went into Safari, typed her address in, and
Yep.
all the stuff popped up.
All right, so what did she find?
So what she found was people's names that I recognized as family members.
Okay.
His family members?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who you haven't met?
I really hope to meet his mom. She seems like an amazing person. I have pictures of her. Nonetheless, it pulled up a woman's name who I recognized as someone who had liked things on one of his social media platforms. And instantly, you guys, I'm a detective, a sleuth in my head, but I don't say a lot.
Right.
So I went,
It clicked.
and then there was her picture.
He's
And then
probably
I-
had some pictures too.
Ooh, yes, sir. And not only was he in all of her pictures on her page, his pictures were mirroring that with nobody. He takes pictures so you can see what he's doing.
But
Not
he
with
would
girls,
crop
obviously.
people
You're not cropping them.
No?
He would take a picture of your empty chair,
Right.
right? That's like saying, hey, I'm here with somebody.
And that's how
Guess
you hit,
who?
though.
Guess who?
Right, exactly.
I think he'd like this idea of dropping hints, but not really coming clean.
Well, on that subject for a minute, I find that girls especially want to mark their territory when they are really feeling somebody, right? They want it to be known, hey, this is my man, don't touch him, he's off limits,
I would
right?
absolutely 100% believe that.
Versus guys, it takes us longer to feel confident enough to go to claim someone online.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I remember in the
Why
early...
is that?
Resistance to it.
Well, maybe. There's part of that.
I'm not a whole other secret family.
Secret families will definitely do it.
I'm looking at double life.
Double lives will definitely do it.
Secret agent man.
I've never done this, so I don't know. You know what I
you
mean?
sure about that?
I might have had side chicks in relationships, but never secret lives.
It's my new title, guys, so it's side chick.
Side chick.
Side chick.
And I never even wanted to be that.
Want to be the side chick?
You want to be the side chick? I don't think anybody wants, well, except for the side chick that knows she's the side chick. No one else really wants to be the side chick. You know what I mean?
You know?
Because, I think side chicks that actually claim the title, there comes benefits with that.
Yep. They get all the dick and no headache.
Probably get an allowance. It depends on the level.
Oh, now we're talking about sugar babies.
Right,
Oh, I was never one of those either.
Me either.
Yeah.
What am I doing wrong with my life?
I know.
It's one of those integrity things. I feel like
Amen. Good word.
it's an integrity thing because it's funny. I taught again. I'm the attractor of all the broken girls for the most part.
Broke single moms.
Yeah, broke single moms, broke divorcees, whatever the case may be.
Mr. just got out of jail.
And it's so, yeah, exactly. And it's funny, they'll throw those I'm so broke and helpless. And I'm like, OnlyFans, have you thought about the feet site? I'm that dude. And they're like, oh my God. And I'm like, I don't have the money for both of us, bro.
Oh, no.
I'll take pictures of your feet for you.
Right, I'll be your photographer. And I'll be involved in your OnlyFans
Only feet
activity.
fans.
Only feet fans, right? But most of them are no. And I'm like, and it's the funny part, I joke about this all the time. And I'm like, you're giving it up for drinks at the bar. So why not give it up online and make money off of it? and you don't even got to invite no one to your sessions online. Like, you can do it alone.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with it.
And I'm here for it. I'll buy, you know what? I'll buy your webcam. 'Cause a good webcam is important.
Good faith investment.
So, ladies, if you are single and you want someone to support your Only Feet fans,
I'm
Marcus
here
here is
for
also
it. I'll
single.
sponsor it. I'll sponsor it.
That's awesome.
You know, I'll sponsor you. But where was I going with
We should
that?
talk later.
Where was I going with this? Y'all got me distracted.
We were just talking about the discovery.
the pictures and the online stuff.
discovery.
Yes,
So I
yes.
discovered all the things, and I have a 31-year-old daughter who says, "Be a girl's girl. Call her, email her, tell
my
her,
favorite.
put it online."
I love
and I
these.
said, "No, I'm going to talk to him. He's the person I invested in.
Right.
He's
She
the
ain't got
person
nothing to
I
do with
shared
it.
my body with,
Right.
my dreams with, my hopes with." And I did just that. I called him.
Called him out on it. And like, I got you.
We had a conversation like adults.
But
It's a little emotional, and I don't cry in front of people, y'all. It's not good for me to cry. Clear the room, actually. But, so I told him, I said, "I know your secret, and I'm devastated."
Did he say
And
which one?
He said, "No, but I suspect."
So many.
And he
Because
said,
at this point, I feel like there's many.
I agree. But no, he just said, he said, "Can you hold on a minute? I'm at work." And I was
It's
like,
not a
"Oh,
convo we can have right now.
Oh, right. Yeah, you do have a job. That's right.
Right.
So I heard him wrestling around, and we had this conversation, and I was a little, I was actually very upset. I was almost vomiting, you guys. It was pretty ugly. And it was sad because that happened to be a moment when a offspring of mine was close by, so I had to get her away from me. But nonetheless.
Oh, you don't share these things with your kids like most people?
No, I don't like any of my children to see me down and out.
That's a whole nother topic, right? Like parents that like having their teenagers
Dating
as
parents?
trauma buddies is what I call them. Like there's these, I did it for like a millisecond and realized that once you start telling your kids like these situations, they don't trust anybody anymore. They're like, "Here comes dad with another skank." You know what I mean? Like they just assume.
That's what Longshot is going through.
They assume.
So since the discussion that we had,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to give it to him 100% A+ for being straight out. Yep, I did it.
All right, so he came clean.
He absolutely, and so
Once he got caught.
I had to get caught. He had
Once
to
he
get
got
caught.
Let's.
I mean,
mark
you
that.
put someone in handcuffs and they start singing like Joe
You
Bird.
still gotta give people credit. You catch them and they come clean because he could just keep denying it. I've caught people.
I know what you're talking about.
I have caught people red-handed in things and they still denied it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Facts.
you don't understand. Is like I set you up actually and you took the bait. And I know 1,000% that you did it. And they're like, no, I did not.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
Twin.
Right. It wasn't me. And I'm like,
With the same tattoo.
right, same tramp stamp. Ain't that funny?
That's the AI version of me.
Right.
Hey, I resemble that comment, sir.
Oh, the tramp stamp. We all got them. I got one. It's just not on my back.
I have almost 2 full sleeves.
Right. Tramp stamps don't got to be above your butt, like that little
That is
spot.
literally the definition of a tramp stamp.
That was the old school version.
That is literally the definition.
Let's
of a
talk
tramp
about
stamp.
tattoos for a second.
Ooh.
Let's talk about tattoos for a second.
Tattoos are terrible. You shouldn't do them.
Longshot's name is on me, guys.
Oh,
Brand.
What?
Yes.
Oh, God.
And I would show you, but
His
for
name
privacy
is on
reasons.
you?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, girl, you were in.
You're in too deep.
You were in.
I was.
So let's
I
talk
was
about...
married for 15 years and I still didn't get my
Yeah, I don't do names. No names.
That's okay. Everybody thinks it's my dog's name.
Oh, well, that's fine. Well, you got a good story to tell.
I
You
just,
just roll with it.
I
Yep.
just smile and nod.
There you go.
my dog.
I mean, I guess you could say that. Yeah, anybody.
I don't lie about it. Somebody actually asked me. Like, that's a guy that...
So let's talk about
Oh my God.
tattoos for a second, though,
All right,
guys.
so-
At what points, I don't know, I'm old school, right? I grew up in West Virginia, come out here, this is West Virginia to me still yet. It's very country around here, even though it's got a little bit of city vibe, but it's not. Anyway, there was a turning point because for the longest time, I don't remember seeing girls walk around with sleeves and shit.
Oh.
When did this thing come about that girls all just decided that they were going to start getting a bunch of tattoos?
I
Because I'm
think women
torn.
started doing a lot of different things,
Well, I get that,
including
but I'm
changing
like-
their pronouns.
That too. I get it. I don't know. I'm just an old school guy where I'm like, some girls can pull it off, but there's a lot of girls walking around with some shitty ass tattoos. Dudes too, especially dudes, because we'll get them in jail and shit. We don't care.
When I got my first tattoo, 28.
So you got a tattoo at 28.
Yes.
Now you got a bunch though. So how long did it take you to accumulate all these?
So I got one on my back when I was 28, and then this was the second one I got, like my whole sleeve, because
Shortly after.
no. So I actually got this when my son was like year and a half, 2 years old.
So it was a good space
11
in
years ago
between.
or so.
All right.
No, I had him when I was 30. I had my first.
Well, that's what I'm
one at 28.
saying.
It was
So you got a couple years,
yeah, a
right?
couple years. And then I got another one, mid 30s, and then this one's a cover up.
An upside down pineapple?
No, man.
It's not that kind of pineapple. Trust me, I asked her when we first started hanging out. I'm like, upside down pineapple.
No.
She's like, no, that's not what it is.
Listen, a pineapple under the sea.
Winter camp.
There you go. I don't know, but do you guys agree though? Like it just it just came. It's just one of those things though. Like I don't know. Growing up, girls didn't have tattoos.
Yes, they did.
They were hidden.
Marcus, I think looking back, because I'm a Gen Xer, I agree with you. There's a lot of very beautiful women with no tattoos.
Right.
And I do think that the emergence of some sort of self-expression really started going down with just the change in times. I mean, we're living in a world of instant gratification and loudness, and everybody has to fit in somewhere. And if you don't fit in, you make your own clique.
Yeah.
Right? So I do believe there's a lot of people just
somewhere.
chasing worldly ways, and so many, everyone wants to be noticed. I mean, I got tattoos. I'm an artist myself. I'm not a tattoo artist, but I very much appreciate
Well,
it.
remember the days when like it was almost like being gay. It was like don't ask, don't tell. Like tattoos were kind of like that too. You couldn't have certain jobs with a sleeve.
Oh yeah.
You never walked in. Yeah, exactly. You never walked in a hospital and seen a nurse or a doctor with a sleeve.
Yeah, no.
Now it's like walk in a hospital, everybody's walking around with tattoos.
I think maybe it started with piercings, because I remember like in the 90s,
Same thing, piercings.
90s, early 2000s, like all of my friends got a nose piercing,
Right.
tongue piercing,
Kinda started
eyebrow
it.
piercing,
Yeah.
all of that. And I think maybe
Now there's like the craziest freaking piercings, man. I seen somebody with a piercing like in between their eyes the other day.
Yeah.
I saw somebody the other day.
Yeah, and I'm just
Again,
like,
some people can pull it off and some can't.
exactly. Some people I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute. Never thought about a piercing there, but it looks good on you. And other people I'm just like, oh my God, who told you that was a good idea?
Yeah.
Who told you that was a good idea?
Like tattoos, I appreciate an artist who can contour someone's body no matter the
Right.
shape.
Right.
Right? So, because we all go through different shapes.
Well, I feel like there's like a responsibility as an artist, a tattoo artist, a barber, like anybody that's doing stuff to people's body and appearance,
In a cosmetic way.
that they should go, hey, I don't know if you really want to go down this path because I don't think this is going to look good on you.
Yeah, they don't do that.
They don't do that. They're like, oh, you want a penis?
Whatever you want.
They're like, oh, you want a penis on your face going into your nose? Cool, I got you,
I
man.
got you.
What color you want? You know what I mean? And I'm
Give me a
like,
couple hours.
I got you. Yeah, exactly. They're gonna charge you extra because it's stupid. That's about as much as they're gonna do. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, why is there no like? It's like the bartender is only supposed to serve you a certain amount of drinks. And when they notice you're shitty, wasted, they're supposed to cut you off. Rarely happens, but there are times.
Marcus, do you have tattoos?
Yes, I have very crappy ones that I got when I was like young, and it scarred me because I was just like, good tattoos cost a lot of money, and I'm just cheap. I don't want to pay for the good ones. So I'm like, I'll just stick with what I got.
Not get tattoos.
And I got all these like within a month. There was a dude down in King George when I lived down there that did tattoos out of a trailer. Red flag number one.
Speaking of red flag.
I mean, he had a huge red flag waving from his trailer, right?
Guys, I'll tattoo you for $5. $5.
I actually traded him a PlayStation 2 game for one of them.
Seriously?
Hey, those are $60, sis.
Yeah, that was expensive back then. Shit, that's a $60 tattoo.
In today's world, 600.
Right. I gave him a ride to Colonial Beach another time for a smaller one.
How much I paid for my tattoos.
Yeah, yeah, it's like a paycheck.
Yeah, I pay per hour.
Yeah.
Worth it.
It's not finished.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool to have a tattoo guy that would like He was like a pawn shop, like.
Yeah, it's also cool to go to jail and get tattoos in jail.
Right?
Yeah.
It costs a little bit more in jail because, you know, them cakes and shit are pretty expensive. The currency's a little different.
Yeah.
Anywho.
For a pack of Newports.
Pack of Newports, you probably get a whole big old tramp stamp. And a haircut. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
All right, so long shot, you came clean.
Yep.
So then what? You said I'm done, or you're like, let's make it work, or he said he was done?
In this phone conversation,
How long was this phone call, by the way?
about 30 minutes, but then he called me back after work and talked to me for 3 hours.
So yeah, it was like the quick, like, all right, you caught me.
Yep.
Don't have time to talk about this right now.
And he
but-
said, and he was polite. He's always been great, you guys. Very polite.
I mean, I
Okay?
guess so. Most of the time when people are doing shit, they're polite.
He says, would you take a call from me when I get off work? And I said, sure. So in an off-work phone call, and the cat's out of the bag.
Right. Give him plenty
I
of
really
time
didn't
to
know what
plot
to
this
do. I really didn't know
convo
what to say anymore, right?
Yeah.
Like at this point,
out. What do you say at that point?
Here's what I said. I said, you know what? You know where I live. You've got a key to my house.
I don't know where you live.
No, I know where it is.
At this point, you did know where he
I've
lives.
always known. I'm the girl who sent him mail.
Oh, okay.
I sent him things. Like in real spam mail kind of searching. But nonetheless,
So hold on,
I
let's touch
offered
on
you
that. So
goodbye sex.
wow, I love those.
Yep, I
Goodbye
said-
sex is the best.
Yep.
So you had his address, and we're almost done. The video stopped. That's fine. I've been recording the audio because I knew it was going to happen. Yeah, we're still learning how to be podcasters, guys. Anywho, so you had his address and you were sending just random shit there every now and
I
then?
sent him beautiful greeting cards. I had a subscription at one point.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I bought him a whole sleeve of tattoo.
Who were you saying, like when you sent
be your
these?
boyfriend?
Yeah, right?
I'm considering women at this point.
You
I'd like
should.
to have someone wash my clothes and cook my food.
Good luck.
Apparently, being
Listen.
a bang maid gets you a lot more than the side
Hold
job.
on now.
Okay,
Listen.
not saying.
You better find the right age gap for this cooking and cleaning and shit, because I'm telling you now, as a dude, like, I can't remember the last time any girl I've been banging or dating has cooked me anything.
Oh, you are missing out, bro.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not fat for any particular reason other than I know how to cook.
I'm a great cook.
Yeah.
I guess there's like levels to this shit. Like
Yeah,
girls,
chunky gal.
girls are not cooking for dudes anymore. Like if they're just banging and shit, I guess. I don't know. Is that how does that go? What's the levels to that? What's
I mean, I don't know, but according to me, like, I will if, I like cooking for somebody.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I've had
cooking. Baking.
plenty of like little flings where
I'll tell you this, Marcus. Check it out.
I like breakfast and nobody ever fucking cooks
I love
breakfast.
breakfast. I love eggs
I
Benedict.
guess we just drink too much and like we wake
The
up.
best.
Yes, I do love those. I guess in my situations, it's always fueled with a lot of White Claws and Tito's and shit, and we wake
Well,
up
yeah, you don't get
hungover.
waking
And
up after that.
nobody wants to
Cook
wake up
fucking
hungover to cook breakfast, I guess.
It's like, bitch, buy me McDonald's.
Right.
DoorDash me McDonald's.
That's terrible. That's terrible. No, interestingly enough, when this closure came to an end, one of the things that was disclosed in our conversation as adults was that she cooked for me and she cleaned for me.
See, I
and
love
used
that.
her to.
I love that.
He told me this about the woman that.
Oh, I don't
cleaned
love
for
that
me.
part, but I'm
Yeah,
saying
no,
I
no,
love
no.
that
And
people are cooking and cleaning.
Yeah, but my instant response was, "Did you not think that I would do those things? Like that's what partners do, right? They
I
help
mean,
each
I
other.
guess, but I'm like, again, I'm confused, right? Because I've got a pretty normal person in my life right now. You know, we see each other 2-3 times a week. And, you know, like one day I was bitching about my laundry, and she's like, "I'll do your laundry," and I'm like, "Cool."
How'd that make you feel?
It made me feel great. I threw the whole load on the fucking bed and walked away. Went back to what I was doing, because I work. I got my little lab next to my bedroom, and I'm like, cool, I'll be over here.
Nice.
After that, she didn't volunteer to do it anymore, though. I had to ask after that.
Because you didn't make her feel
I
seen.
didn't hang out and keep it.
You didn't make her feel appreciated.
You didn't drop the load in the right spot.
Right. Well, the second time when I asked, I like hung out and kept her company, because I've always got like a running joke, like,
Okay.
Yeah, right. I always got like a running joke. Anybody want to come over and drink and do laundry? You know, it's like have a laundry party.
Party.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that reminds me, I need to do some laundry tonight.
I've had people show. Believe it or not, though, it's worked a few times.
Oh, okay. Well,
They didn't bring theirs. They just came and did mine.
I'm just looking for someone to mow my lawn. 2
Good luck
acres,
with that.
guys.
Fuck that.
What other question did you have about my
Oh, yeah.
closure?
Long shot closure. So you offered him goodbye sex.
I did, and he showed up.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
why would he not?
Yeah, who don't show up for goodbye sex? I'm definitely showing up for goodbye sex.
He didn't want goodbye sex, according to him. What does that mean, guys? Come on, Marcus, help me out
According to
here.
him.
According, that was his
This was me
way.
saying, hey, I'm
being
actually
nice.
a good guy.
Right.
I'm really nice.
I'm gonna come over and pretend like I don't want goodbye
Pretend I
sex,
don't
and it
want
just
it.
kind of happens, and then it'll be okay.
Oh, whoops, sorry.
Oopsie, slip and fell.
There was no oopsie about it. I was ready.
Were
He's
you
the only man I've been intimate with you guys for like 5 years.
were you the aggressor of the goodbye sex, or was he?
I was the aggressor.
Love that.
Yeah.
I love aggressive women.
And it really sucks. Like, I'm a
I love
sexually
aggressive.
active, adult, mature woman, and
I love it.
I want to get banged. And I'm
There's
doing
nothing
it
wrong with
right.
that. There's
You know,
nothing
I
wrong
do
with
it
that.
right.
Yeah.
And I mean,
You
I would like
picked
to
one guy that
Picked
you
one
wanted to
wrong
bang,
guy.
and that's who you wanted to
Why
bang.
can't I be a slut for just him?
I mean, you can.
can.
Just he was the wrong one.
He's the wrong one.
You
Yeah.
just picked the wrong dude to be a slut for.
It was only just a dream.
It was all a dream.
Yeah, it was just a dream.
See, I missed the Craigslist days. That was the perfect
Oh,
Craigslist
yeah.
ad right there. That would have been the perfect Craigslist ad.
Somebody want to come have goodbye sex
Female
with me?
seeking male. I want to be a slut for just one guy and one guy only.
One guy only.
So if you did put that, like, if you put
Come
that
bang
ad
me.
out, what would the requirements be like for the message? Send me an email with this, that, and the third
What
to
would
see
be
if you're a
the
good match.
requirement?
Like, what would we put?
Now we're talking about
Maybe over the night.
in a future dating situation.
Oh yes, let's do this. Let's do this.
Go ahead.
Let's have your little dating
Yeah,
app
create your
bio.
dating bio right now.
Dating app bio.
Looking to be a
let's see.
slut for just one.
Yeah. I got a table for one. Exactly.
Table for one.
And that
I
would be
like
myself.
that.
So masturbation.
I like that. Table for one.
No, let's see.
Apply within.
My dating bio would
Position
probably
filled.
sound at this very moment today. We're talking about right now. Check on me in a couple months, guys.
Right.
It might get a little more desperate. Please just come bang me.
Right.
I'll be your bang maid.
Well, so there's apps.
I'll do your laundry.
So I'm learning there's certain apps that you go on for certain desires, right?
Sure.
Tinder used to be like the bang app. That was like the go get
What is
laid on
this?
Tinder. I don't get laid off of Tinder very often. Dating apps suck to me nowadays.
They're terrible.
It's just a lot of back and forth.
terrible.
Your dating
bio
Dating bio. Well,
for
guys,
Tinder for the
okay.
come bang me now.
Oh, we're being a naughty dating.
No,
Naughty.
whatever you're
Okay,
looking for, whatever you want.
So, fun fact, I've been crunching this over my head, right? Like, I just want to meet some cool people.
Right,
I'm not looking to crawl in bed with anybody, but I guess it would go along the lines of I'm tired of being the only man in my life. Certified YouTube mechanic. Can cook
YouTube?
and clean. Oh yeah, I'm a certified YouTube mechanic. I've fixed my own alternator, starter, you name it. I have TikTok videos to prove it. Grind down my pretty nails and let's go.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
you know, I pay my own bills. I mean, what can
You
a
don't
guy
need a man's, you need a justice.
what can, what can a guy really bring to the table for me at this point? Does he want to take me out on a cruise? I don't know. I'll go. Let's see what happens. You want to bang me on the balcony?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Buy me a steak when we're done.
So
Right.
how can I sew up this
Shit,
bio?
I'll take a little W fudge round. I don't care.
I think I intimidate men that lack confidence, and that's only because what can you do for me? So
And yeah, we're in this phase right now of women are way more confident.
yeah.
Women are more aggressive.
themselves.
They do more things themselves.
Yep, they'll figure
I feel
things
like they
out
do
themselves.
less things for men versus traditional days.
It's like the roles are reversed.
They have reversed.
Okay.
I feel like dudes are getting softer.
What do you mean? They're getting vaginas now.
Yes, exactly. They're like, you know what? I don't even want to be a guy anymore. I'm just gonna fucking switch.
Max. Is that a white claw?
No.
It's too early for White Claws. After we're done,
No, just
One day with White Claw, if you're looking to sponsor me, I drink a lot of White Claw.
10 out of 10. Can confirm.
I'd be willing to try one. I'm a whiskey girl myself.
I love it.
See, another thing, girls used to be
I love whiskey. And I smoke
mixed.
cigars.
See, exactly what I fucking mean. Girls used to be the cocktail drinkers, get that cigar out of my face.
Oh no, I love a cigar.
I just feel like all y'all are just running around with dicks now. Like, it's
I
crazy.
have a big lady dick.
I feel like
Big
girls,
energy.
I have big energy.
girls are running around with big
Same.
dick energy now. Because I get it. Y'all are getting tired of being disappointed by dudes, and you're like, I'll be the man too, whatever.
It's true. I am disappointed.
Yeah, I
because
get
I
it.
gave 100.
Right.
And I know that. Without a doubt. I'll stand on high ground and tell it.
Yeah.
Dating bio, at this point, I really don't know, guys. I'm just a nobody
ChatGPT.
in a world of
We'll just
everybody's looking for somebody.
Right.
That's my
We'll
dating
just
bio.
ChatGPT
I'm so happy to have met you because I absolutely adore you.
Thanks.
You want to come fix my alternator?
I'm charging for everything moving forward, so I have a cash app. This is where I'm at, guys.
Right. Yeah, but I think the roles have reversed. I've always been that nice dude.
Yeah.
The nice guy with a tad bit of fuckboy tendencies, but not like a whole lot.
Red flag written all over you, Marcus. I'm just going to tell you.
I mean, whatever. Everybody says that shit, but it's
That's why
not.
it's fun.
But you're really a big teddy bear.
I am a big teddy bear. Like I said,
Spoon or a little spoon?
it depends. I toss and turn. So I started out as the big spoon, and then halfway through the night, I'm like, roll with me.
I've been enjoying being the little spoon lately.
Don't shrink your dick.
I'm not. The dick is here to stay.
Fantastic.
Well, the funny part is like, I've met girls with that big dick energy, but then when you get them in the bedroom, it just goes away, right? They want to be submissive. In the outside,
That is a whole other conversation for another day.
everybody's like, "Whoa, we're running out of time."
Yeah, we're definitely running out of time.
We are running out of time. We'll end on that one. We'll come back to the whole big dick energy goes away in the bedroom. We'll carry that one on to the next episode, guys. So let's wrap it up. Long, short, came clean, long shot, came clean, goodbye sex. Was it done after that or what?
Was that it?
Was that it?
Or did you have like goodbye sex?
Right. Was it goodbye then?
It was good. It was goodbye. Then it was a few text messages over a few days until someone who knows me discovered, and y'all probably know this since you're doing a dating podcast,
There was
we dating
more?
the same guy.
Love that Facebook group. It's my favorite Facebook group.
So
Are we dating the same guy? Stafford, Fredericksburg, King George?
Oh, I got a fake. Ooh, I just realized I have a girl profile
No.
that's fake, and I'm fucking joining.
No.
So that's
I've been waiting. I've been waiting to recognize somebody on there. I have not recognized anyone on there yet.
I'm joining.
I'm not on this particular location.
Oh, okay.
It's in a different zip code, 2 hours away.
Oh.
So it's 2 hours away.
He's on there?
Not me.
It's the Charlottesville one, isn't it?
Long shots on there.
It's the Charlottesville one, isn't it?
There was an instance, I got a text message that said, "Did you post this?" And I was like, "Oh my
Somebody
God,
posted
no."
him.
I could show you on my phone, not for this. but
Somebody posted him in the
Somebody
group
posted him
after the goodbye sex, and y'all were
after
still
the goodbye
talking.
sex. And at this point, I was like, let me just let things calm down. Let him handle his situation at home.
Right.
Let's see where all this shakes out. I'm willing to wait.
Right.
In good faith.
Right.
Like, I love the guy.
No, man.
So then he
I'm throwing my hat at you.
And this, so this
Not in a good way.
surfaces, and it's from someone who's very close to me through a family connection, who's very nosy and likes to throw gas on a fire kind of person.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
said,
it
"Hey, I
is.
didn't post that." So I can't even see anything, guys. I'm not even a member of the group.
Did they invite you to the group?
No, I wasn't even accepted until a couple days ago.
Oh, wow.
So over a week has went by.
Okay.
She put me on FaceTime screen share, scrolled through all the comments, 2 different women going back and forth over him.
So there was a third.
There was another woman?
Wow.
So,
There was two more.
another woman.
Correct?
2 more women.
Oh, my.
So
Long shot.
this gets juicy, guys. This gets juicy. So I know you want to end this, but I just got to finish it, okay?
All right, we won't interrupt you this time. Go on, get through it.
So at this point, I feel I'm a person of integrity. I'm texting, and she's showing me this busy, question mark, question mark, question mark. I sent him that text message, busy, like, we need to have another talk.
He should know he's in trouble
You're
with the
about to
multiple
have a
question marks.
motherfucking conversation.
If I get the multiple question marks, I'm like, oh shit.
Bullshit, yeah.
What'd I do?
So he didn't respond. Nothing.
Well, of course. He's got two girls
We're gonna
he's busy
circle back to
talking
that.
to.
Somebody's tapping my phone. As I'm on the phone is burning my hand. I had to take the case off. All this stuff's going on, massive data going on all at the same time, guys.
Oh, wow.
Okay? So we gotta look into this. We gotta look into this thing. I'm gonna figure it out eventually, because I'm smart. But he doesn't respond. The very next day, which was a week ago Sunday.
Oh, wow. So this is still fresh.
Very recent.
So a week ago Sunday, he calls as I'm leaving the resort. So I start my truck. I say, hey. And he said, how are you? He's really casual. And I said, I tried to reach out to you yesterday. I said, you're being trashed online.
You're being trashed.
Trashed. And
Because you're trash.
trash panda. So he proceeds to tell me that he was the author of the post because he had a girl profile slipped in the back door.
I doubt it. Yeah.
Right.
Now,
I just want to see what people are saying about me.
in counties over that I don't even live in.
Smell
Yeah.
bullshit.
That's BS.
Not bullshit.
Same.
I was born at night, but I was not born last night.
So this went on, and he was very disgruntled. Okay,
Oh, I'm sure.
and he made some. I think he was looking for a reason to be mad at me, and I just shut him down. I said I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I didn't because this close person of mine that discovered, she unfortunately knew my situation, and she hammered out a response that was a little cringy. They called him out. So now there are 3 women, one of which I believe to be the woman that he has at home,
Oh no.
trying to dig him up.
Oh no.
Because I've done my homework too.
Yeah.
And she originated from that area when they met.
Oh.
So
okay.
it makes sense
so
she would
much
be in
sense.
that group,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
As a dating woman, let's see
Yeah.
if there's any dirt on this guy.
First
Yes.
So needless to say, we have been zero communication since that day, even though I invited him yet again, because we're adults. Come to my house. We will talk about this face to face.
No, ma'am. There are no more.
But people
Nothing
deserve
else to
this
talk
space to
about.
grow, okay?
There's no growing from this because
Grow
listen,
over there.
grow the fuck down the road.
Grow in your own garden.
Matter of fact, don't even let me see you. I don't even want to look at you anymore
He
ever
got
again.
scared. He got scared. And
Of course he got scared because now he's like, fuck.
His response was, I can't visit you today.
Because I'm doing other shit.
He said, I can't
have another
visit
girl.
you today. I am been told to keep my distance and limit communications during the discovery period. And I believe that to be someone has him by the balls in his own home.
Discovery period sounds
Discovery
like
period, yeah.
the wife found out he was cheating.
Or living girlfriend.
No, this sounds like a life. Because discovery process sounds like, hey, I know you're cheating, and my lawyer said we're gonna fry your ass. Because trust me, I've
Well, nobody's called me yet.
heard about
guys.
that.
And
Well, yeah, they're not going to.
Something I learned
Yeah.
is that you basically have to have video evidence to
Yeah, it's hard to
prove
prove.
that
Yeah.
you got cheated on by your spouse.
Yeah.
Video evidence.
Basically have to. Okay.
Because there's always,
She's rolling her eyes.
there's
eyes
always
are-
room, unless you admit something I've been told.
Unless you
admit,
unless you
there's
just say,
always
yeah, I
room.
cheated on you.
There's
you
always room
basically
to-
have to have like
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the divorce for infidelity.
Yes. That is not a very common thing anymore. They just don't nobody
Because
cares.
nobody cares anymore.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares
Nobody cares.
anymore. It's got to be like, oh, he banged the other girl in front of your baby, then they're going to
Yeah.
give a shit. But for
Yeah.
most of them, they're like, oh, you cheated? Yeah, we cheat too.
Everybody cheats.
Everybody's cheating.
Yeah.
And this brings me to why I'm exploring poly. Because I'm just like,
Oh, yes.
yes.
That's a whole other episode.
That is how another episode. We've got like 2-3 more episodes
You know,
lined
only
up.
2% of relationships work in that
Yeah, it is
modality.
very,
They're
very
gotta work. You know?
If you just want to fuck other people, just own it.
I don't see. See, here's the thing, though. It's not necessarily just that for me. I feel like there is. I've narrowed it down to there's 3 to 4 types of women.
So you get validation from different types of women.
No, not a validation. I'm trying to build, I don't want to call it
Empire.
yes. That's a great word for it. I was going to call it a tribe, but an empire is even better.
Watch out, Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, another empire. Building an empire with a team of women would be great for me.
Okay.
And I've found that there's 3 to 4 types of women. There's the housewife that just wants to sit home and be a homemaker. She doesn't want to go to work. She doesn't want to be an office chick. She don't want to know that shit. She wants.
Are you going to be open about this?
Yeah. Why would I not be open about it? Like, what? I'm going to have secret tribe? No, this is like.
Yeah.
And how are you going to afford all these women?
Well, I'm getting to that because the corporate chick's going to make a lot of money. There's always a corporate girl.
Because those chicks are so independent these days.
Exactly. Everybody's independent. The chick taking care of the house now. We gotta take care of her because she's taking care of the house and the kids.
She's a buy-in.
Yeah, she's a buy-in. We gonna have to.
We're all gonna buy in on
Everybody's
this one.
gotta have. We all gotta chip in on her allowance. I'm like, all right, guys, everybody chip in on.
Grocery allowance, man.
Right. Somebody's gotta buy the food.
She cooked breakfast.
Oh, that's the first requirement. Come on now.
I have this 10-page questionnaire.
Right.
Question 1.
Application, do you? Yeah, first question. Not even how many guys have you been with. That's at the bottom. It's do you cook breakfast? More importantly, do you cook sausage gravy for breakfast?
Biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy.
Also known as concrete, because when it hits your stomach, game over.
It depends,
SOS.
And you don't even got, yeah, right. You don't even got to make homemade biscuits. I like the little flaky.
Oh, no.
ones.
Yes, you do.
I like the pilly ones.
Homemade buttermilk biscuits.
No, I like the little pilly ones in a can.
Homemade buttermilk biscuits.
Anywho, there's 3 to 4 types of women. You got the housewife. You have the working female that don't want anything to do with that shit. That has no kids. Well, most of them do have kids nowadays.
You're in your 40s, Marcus.
Most of them do.
Just come to the realization
There's
that you probably need somebody with
on
kids.
Tinder now, when you go to explore, you can look for people that have no kids.
I know.
Found. I love it. I love that.
You're still currently on Tinder.
Yeah, I play on all the dating sites.
He's getting his lineup and his roster ready for these
went on the dating
4
apps for
chick
like 2
interviews.
days.
I am working on my roster right now. It's very slim. I had a couple fall off. R.I.P.
They went down with the sickness.
No, it's rest and pussy. Anywho, back to my requirements for this roster.
I love that you have requirements. That's a sign of healthy.
God.
That's right. Healthy poly start, right?
Healthy poly start has requirements.
Housewife, corporate chick. It's gotta be a real slutty one. Gotta have a really slutty one. But it's
Kitty
gotta,
kitty meow meow.
it's gotta be a special kind of it's gotta be a special kind of slutty one.
You're a slut for me, not that guy with
She
the
can't be the one that's like. She's gotta have slutty tendencies, but not been with 100 dudes because she's
Marcus,
a slut.
you're gonna have to go on FetLife for that girl.
Yeah, you're
No, I'm on FetLife
You want a
too.
dog?
No, you
I mean,
really,
if you-
you really need to
No, I'm on FetLife too, and most of the girls on there are ugly. The hot girls are in like marriages, and they're looking for girls.
Sorry, but looks fade.
No,
They do.
Looks fade.
I don't care.
Stop going for like.
Not if you got enough money, they don't.
Yeah.
I'm definitely taking donations for Mommy Makeover in case anybody wants to.
I'm just saying. See, there you go. You know what would be a good sponsor for our podcast is like one of those people who do butt shots and shit.
Butt shots.
Yeah, the butt shot people.
Do you mean like butt shots?
No, the injections. And the ones that,
Shooting things in our butts.
that's the new thing that white girls like to do, apparently.
No, we don't. No, we
I've
don't.
heard it.
There's a local.
No, we don't.
I've been to a plastic
We
surgeon.
have some local people that do that.
I went to go and I paid my consultation fee, and the quote was like, well,
A lot.
yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, no.
But his was
Most of these girls have sugar daddies that handle these things, you know.
Where are these sugar daddies?
Every time I meet a girl that has fake tits, my first question is who paid for
We
it?
paid for it.
I've only met one girl
My
so
daddy.
far
Not
that
that
paid
daddies.
for their own tits, so she says.
Tits used to be cheap. They're not.
Yeah, they're not as cheap anymore. Anyway, back to the roster. Housewife, a corporate chick, a slutty chick, and then
Bang made, money maker, hoe,
right.
health.
And then there's the arm candy, the one that like
Trophy.
The trophy. There you go.
She is what she is.
She's trophy.
She's just trophy.
Probably don't even sleep with her. She's just
She's
a
the one I
trophy.
just take out because she makes me
Right.
look good.
Prom dress.
I guess the corporate chick could be the arm candy because corporate chicks know how to talk and carry themselves.
She's a corporate chick. She's a dom.
Ma'am, I'm a corporate chick. I'm not a dom.
You just
Just
haven't told
outside
yourself
your
that.
dom. outside, your dom-ish outside.
I'm very dumbish outside. I said I had a big lady dick.
You did.
During the day.
Add a few straps of lead over that, and you're good to go.
Call me Leather Daddy.
Mother and daddy during the day.
Thank you.
Yeah, but that's my little, yeah. There's a show I was watching the other day, like two couples swap their wives back and forth. I found that.
So why don't you use one of your podcast episodes to find Marcus's
Poly people.
This a new episode? It's a great
I think so. The Poly Four.
Season two. Let's find Marcus.
roster.
It's
Yeah.
Poly roster.
And you
Poly roster.
Poly want to crack.
Poly Rasta man.
Poly roster man.
So just start doing interviews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta sign up under the four amendments, right?
Right. Which one do you? Yeah.
Where you
There's
interview
separate
for?
applications for all four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So by the way, guys, moving forward with if I have a date life, I'm not dating anymore. These are interviews. You're interviewing for a
That's
spot
right.
in my
That's
life.
right.
Your interview.
And I've been very,
Cost you a steak dinner
very
to
thoughtful
have an
about this.
interview.
Oh, fuck,
Did somebody
I
say
cook my own food. We're gonna
Tube
go
steak
back-
interview.
Ooh. Hey,
Which brings me to another question.
if girls want to know, they're going to find out. You don't have to send a dick pic, okay?
I don't send dick pics.
Okay.
I've never ever
Please don't.
sent dick
Christ,
pics.
don't.
Even when people ask for them, I'm like, nah, it's an
No.
in-person thing.
I'm going to start selling them.
You should.
I'm going to start selling them.
Oh, I have
Only
a funny
dicks?
story.
Slightly used.
I have a funny story.
In good condition.
Years ago when I was married,
Yeah.
my ex-husband, he's a keyboard warrior on Facebook.
I love
And,
those.
Troll.
oh, he's a troll.
Oh, he's a troll. I love a troll.
Yeah, no,
love the
he's a total
trolls.
troll on Facebook. And so years ago,
So they're
he
trolling on me.
something, and then some guy got pissed off about what he was saying and sent me a dick pic.
Oh,
Like, found me as his wife and sent me a dick pic. Gave me his
man.
address and his phone number. Was like, hey, if you want to fuck a real man, let
He
me.
trolled your husband through you?
Yes. So I screenshot it.
Even better.
And I put it in a private group that me and a bunch of people I know were in at the time. This dude took it, put it on Craigslist with his phone number and his address, and was like,
Love
"Hey,
that.
I'm looking for a dude to come bang." Like, I was like,
Love
"Oh God, I cannot believe this. I really would like to be a fly on the wall."
one of my exes put me. Look, one of my exes.
I was like,
Look, speaking of something like that, one of my exes put me on Craigslist one time
tried
after
to
we
sell
broke
you?
up. No, she put me in the like gay section, and I started getting all these random ass text messages with like very subliminal like
Dude, that is
things,
hilarious.
and I was like,
that is epic.
"That's
finally someone was like straight up and like, hey, you want to hook up type shit, and I'm like, who is this? And they
fuck are
sent
you
me a
messaging
picture, and it was a guy, and I was like, what in the hell is going on? And there was a dude that was like, I found you on Craigslist, dude, here's the link. And he sends me the link, and I'm just like, this fucking bitch.
That's awesome."
That was, I'm sorry, but she gets the A. That's epic.
Women are epically
Ruthless.
ruthless.
When they're mad.
So guys we don't do this shit, man. We move on.
Oh, no.
You know what you know why?
Doing some shit.
You be
Don't
doing some
do
shit.
shit. But women,
No, for me, you know why I don't? Because I'm like,
You don't want the bad karma.
I don't want bad karma. Because again, I'm a nice guy, remember? Just got fuckboy tendencies. I don't want the karma. And normally,
applications, ladies.
that's right.
He's trying to rationalize his polyamorous life by calling himself a fuckboy. He just wants a lot of women. It's fine.
I don't want a lot.
Let's call a spade a spade.
I don't want a lot. The 3 is going to be hard enough to deal with.
You said 4.
I trimmed it down to 3, remember? Because corporate chicks to arm candy.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oh, you combine
chicks
corporate
that arm
arm candy.
Arm candy is corporate girl.
Because she has a nice conversational.
She knows how to talk. I can take her to galas. I can take her to, you know.
3.
I can take her to those, you know, galas and awards functions and things that if I take the slut there, she'll end up in the bathroom banging
Do
somebody.
you guys give the women they're talking to, dating or fucking, do they give them like code names with their bros?
Yes, always.
Give me an example.
Let me think. Yeah, we're at the end of the episode. Nobody's going to listen. So I've got car sales girl because she sold me a car and she stole my car.
Wow,
girl.
that's super generic.
It is super generic, but that's how I remember. I'll write you know, where
I'll
I'm.
trump your car sales girl with gas station cowboy.
Oh shit!
Gas station cowboy.
Station cowboy, yep.
I nickname the guys that screwed me over.
Wow.
Well, I mean, when you tell your friend about someone, like, you usually give like a name, right? So like, when I have to tell my daughter, she knows who Longshot is. She might have some other words for him, but.
It's kind of weird because the guy I'm dating now, his name is the same name as my ex-husband's name.
Ouch.
Oh.
Is that a red flag?
No.
Is that a red flag? Because I seem to be meeting a lot of long shots lately. And I feel like it's some weird
away.
universal synchronicity. Like, why is your name long shot?
Stay away.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Weird.
I mean, I just put code names, and then like, if you stick around long enough, I'll remove the code name.
Oh.
That's my
I
thing.
see on Facebook the other day a meme. It was like, I replaced my boyfriend's name in my phone with 5 hearts.
Yeah, delete
I'm
one.
taking one.
When you're gone, if you lost all your lives.
One of mine, she probably would listen long enough, so we're not going to drop her name or her code name.
But she knows her code name?
She knows her code name. She's got 2 code names actually, because two different.
What else would you use?
I can't. All the ones I'd give her, she'll know.
They're real things.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, at one point, she's the one that drove me to therapy, by the way. Sex and relationship therapist. Straight, like I went straight for the like root of the thing.
Good.
It was the best thing ever. I need to find another one because they stopped taking my insurance, and I started falling for her too because she was hot as fuck. But that's a whole nother story.
Another episode.
That is an episode.
Commitment issues.
You could be the 3
Give
ladies.
us nicknames. Men give
Yes.
chicks nicknames.
Well, I even changed her contact photo to like skull and bones because I was just like,
Can't look at it.
can't look at her anymore
Got it.
because I was heartbroken and like she was the devil. I just couldn't do
So
it.
can we call her Prada?
Good. That's a
Devil
good
Wears
one.
Prada. We're gonna call her
Devil Wears
Prada.
Prada. Devil Wears Prada. There you go.
We'll
That's
call
a
her
good one.
Prada.
That's a good one.
Marcus is Prada.
Marcus is
That's
fine.
right. And it's funny, like recently, I was trying to hang out with her because, we're still friends. And she's like, well, I'm kind of seeing somebody now. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, we haven't had sex in like 3 years. Why is this even an issue? Like, I just want to hang out with you.
Maybe she's dropping hints to you.
No, that just makes it me aware that she still got some feelings deep down too.
Correct.
To the point where she's like, I don't feel comfortable hanging out
Trying to
with
draw
you.
a boundary.
Yes.
Right, she's setting a boundary because she
Yeah.
don't feel comfortable like us hanging out alone and
Because your clothes might fall off.
at her house. Yeah, because her clothes might fall
I
off.
landed on my dick.
Right. But I found that to be like, I just found it to be very interesting. I was just like, okay.
I feel like you're listening to my phone conversations. There's no accidental sex. What are you doing? Walking down the sidewalk and all of a sudden you slipped and fell on a freaking cock? Wow! I literally said that today to someone. Oh, like you said this was.
No, it's so funny. I always said one of my little.
Me, I'm recording you at home.
Yeah, right. It's so funny. I always say things like, I would never cheat on anybody, but if something just falls on my dick, I can't help it.
Oh no! Stop!
What?
Stop!
Well, exactly. That's the thing. But let's role play for a second. Super hot dude.
He wants a dom. He keeps saying role play.
I like aggressive girls. I've already said that. You're at the bar with your girls. Super fucking hot dude. You're in a relationship, but he just throws himself at you, and he's
You mean he shoots a shot?
yes.
Okay.
But he's like fucking hot.
It's gonna be like Angel Reese and Brickett.
Whatever. Yeah, right.
My hot is Chris Hemsworth.
You're hot. That's what I'm saying. The hottest. When you're hot, you're hot. Like the moment
Jurassic
you
Park. All right,
like
guys.
imagine this. Where you're hanging out with your girls. And y'all walk in the bar, and you already spotted him as soon as you walked in. You're like, oh my god, he's so fucking hot. Look at him. But you're like, whatever. And then he's in front of you, and he's
Like
like,
Jason Momoa all over my face.
he's in front of you. Next thing you know, like trying to take you home. What are you doing? You're gonna go.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
No.
I'm not.
I don't think I'm
Absolutely not.
Let Marcus all fairness. Let's look at the age
Maybe
gap,
later
right?
than maybe.
I think maybe in my 20s.
No, not even then.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just role playing this out. Okay.
Right, maybe later. Okay, so maybe I described the situation too early. Maybe later in the night, you're feeling drunk, you're feeling tipsy, everybody's having a good time. Ooh, let me throw another curveball in there. All your girls are single, and none of them like your man.
All my girls are single, which I don't really hang out with women, but okay.
If you did.
So, honestly, it's not for me. I
Yeah.
don't think a moment's instant gratification is going to satisfy my soul.
Nope.
I'm someone who connects on a deep level, and I would like to describe myself as demisexual to some degree.
Demisexual.
Yeah, I learned this recently, so I was like, yeah, okay. I appreciate someone's depth and intimacy and knowledge and that connection. So you're not going to, the only thing you're going to connect is some private parts at this point.
Yeah, I know.
Like, no offense, but
That's
I
not
want,
it. It's not
I want to grow with my partner
if I have
sexually.
that deep connection with
Yes.
somebody, like you're saying,
You're
like,
really opening up. And that's what
Yeah,
I
I
had
know.
with Long Shot, even though it was so sparse and
You
intimate.
know, you had 3 girlfriends.
even if it was only for 12 hours at a time.
Right. That's the shit I don't
He's like,
get, man.
yeah, this interview's over. I gotta go.
That's the shit I don't get.
Yeah.
Is that
Why do men get instant gratification from some woman cooing over them? I feel like men seek status and like
what
the
it
arm
is.
candy,
That's what it
right?
is. No, that's what it is.
And nobody like me is going to beat status in their head or ego. I'm not going to beat that. You're just going to wake up one day and be like, she's the one that got away. Meanwhile, I'm like, no,
I'm
that's
doing somebody else's laundry.
I got a few of those that got away.
How do you feel about that?
Well, the one that I think that got away was Prada for sure. That one haunts me.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
That one haunts me. But again, fresh out of marriage, all the red flags that my therapist was like, you gotta say, well, first thing I learned when I went to my therapist with relationship stuff is she made me come up with my non-negotiables, like things that I just won't work for me in a relationship, right?
I've been in that too. Yeah, I've had some of those.
Small kids, I don't want a girlfriend with a small kid because my daughter's 22.
You're over that.
I'm over that phase. I don't want to raise any more
fair.
kids.
And the younger you go in women, you're actually babysitting that girl.
Exactly.
So,
Yes.
and that's something that comes up. I actually ask that question to guys.
For me, my daughter's 22, so if you're not at least 30 or above, it's going to be hard for me to like take you serious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I remember setting
What is
that,
that? And I would be worried about the backlash you'd have from your adult child, like,
that too.
Dad. Ugh.
Yeah.
Right.
We went to high school together.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like when she started going to Mary Wash, I was like, well, can't bang any Mary Wash girls.
No more nurses.
Ever again. You know what I mean? So they gotta at least be 30. That, and even then, that's pushing it. You know what I mean? Because I'm going on 46, so 30 is like.
Old.
I
I'm
know.
older than both of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you know what? The main chick on my roster right now is only 30. I just
Caution. Call your therapist.
Open mouth,
remembered
insert
that.
foot.
Yeah, right. I just remembered that. If you're listening, I'm sorry, babe.
So we're going to call her Dirty 30.
Dirty 30.
She's probably one.
She is 30. Well, and it's funny, I've already brought up this poly situation to her, and she's like, I just can't do it. I'm like, well, what if you was the main chick?
Exit stage left.
She was the main chick.
Yeah, because she was like, I'm jealous, and I'm very protective and jealous, and I'm like, well, what if I just introduce you as like the main chick? You run
the show.
You run the show with the girls.
Your
Like,
girl wants to be a shepherd.
Jesus Christ, what are you getting? Bunny Ranch?
Yeah.
it's right.
Marcus's
Marcus's
Bunny
Bunny Ranch.
Ranch.
The 360 branch.
I think you should go to the nude ranch. That's a really fun place to be.
That would be fun.
There is one.
Is there?
Yeah, Southampton.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
It's not a sex place.
I don't know, that's fun.
Yeah, I think we're done.
I like 2 hours.
Yeah, I know, I think we're done.
So wrap it up with you and dude have been in contact recently.
A week ago.
Yeah.
A week ago. About a week ago. So what are we doing? What's the plan? You're still figuring it out.
If my phone whistles, it's him. He's got his own ringtone and his own whistle, and nothing's happened.
So it sounds like.
That's it.
Oh man, that's the one.
You know what what is that theory? The dogs and they salivate. Pavlov's theory. I'm telling you, when that thing whistles, I'm like, let's go. It's
Sounds like you don't give 2 shits
My
about.
pants just got wet.
Yeah, right.
bang
Yeah, it sounds like you don't give 2 shits about his
made.
other life.
His bang made.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
I took the mask off him and I see him for who he is, and I still.
And you're okay with it?
So
what
I
if
didn't
he-
share. I didn't want to share.
That's what I'm getting at.
And he could have been real with me because I was real with him when I screwed somebody else.
All right, you're missing my point here. Is that
Would I coexist?
he comes back
Uh,
and he lies Because he's not going to tell you, hey, I'm still banging these girls and I still want to be with you too. Cause,
Got hose in a different area.
yeah, most men are not going to come clean on that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what's the plan? I mean, you can't never trust him again because he didn't come clean until you like called him.
Could he trust me again after I slept with someone else?
You told him.
You told him.
It's a big
Does
difference.
that make a difference?
It does make a big difference.
Yes, it does.
He didn't chase me down. He didn't find out. I went feline right
Right.
to him.
And then on top of that,
you being honest with him and upfront with him,
Exactly.
he can't do the same thing
Right.
to you. The only reason you know about these other women
'Cause you caught
is
him.
because you caught him.
there was no denying it.
If you did not catch him,
No.
day,
He would have told you.
Evidence, but I somehow spiritually knew for a long time. I don't know how to explain it, guys.
It's girls' intuition.
It's girls' intuition.
Girls
and,
just
and
know.
and it's like, okay, let's see where this goes, right? Let's see where this goes. And I think if he came back and made an absolutely huge, generous offer, he knows my deepest desires.
I don't
The
think.
trust issue, right?
Yeah, it's not going to go away.
You gotta earn that shit. There's
just
plenty
don't
of
feel
people,
like as
people
a-
about convicts redeeming their lives and turning their lives around and
That's part of the nonprofit that we're putting together.
Really? You should
Yeah.
talk to me about that later.
We should. We're looking for more people to join our mission.
I would be happy.
So with that in mind, yes. But let's do a quick survey of the three of us.
All right.
Any relationships that you've taken them back worked out? Me, no.
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 There's your answer.
But,
Yeah, I like-
but I think you have a tainted outlook, and I think as you grow,
We just did a simple survey. Like it never works
Survey
out.
says?
Survey says it never works out after. I am too. Let's just be real. It never works out again.
Yeah.
Once the trust is gone, you can't earn it back. Because every time he's gone for too long in your mind,
Yeah.
you know in your mind you're thinking, well, it's fucking one of them hoes again. I mean, I just recently
It
told.
would surface.
I
That would
recently
surface.
just told a female that like attacked me after a weekend of like all these things. Kitty knows exactly what I'm talking about. All these things, right? And she's like, I'm not a social person, and you want to party and go out and go to events and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you know what? This ain't going to work because when you're sitting at home and I'm out doing my thing, you're always going to assume I'm up to no good.
And that's a very fair thing to say, and that's how I ended things with the cop. He was his ex-wife.
First of all, let's be real.
Yeah.
I've heard this from multiple females over the years. Cops, first responders, military, none of them are faithful. None of them. None of them are faithful. They don't know how to be faithful. It's just something in that job category that doesn't allow you to be faithful for some
Because you're
reason.
constantly being wooed with your heroism.
Exactly.
And people are like, oh my gosh, you're a hero. Oh, you saved me from my abusive husband.
Right.
You put him in handcuffs. Let me throw you some pussy.
Right.
Yeah, there's all that kind of stuff. Right?
me back off for my abusive husband.
Yeah, you got me off that crack. Whatever.
Right.
You know, like, I think that
hero
there's
mentality, I
and I
guess.
think people get that in of their head and they forget about, again, we're in an era, we're in a generation of instant gratification, guys.
Yeah.
You know, if I can't get it from you, Marcus, if you're not going to come stroke my ego and you're not going to come fix my
Somebody will.
Somebody
Somebody will. Especially now because of the digital stuff. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's so bad now. I mean, it's to the point where like I'll match with 10 females and maybe 1 or 2 out of the 10 will actually even have the convo, like to start talking. I'm like, oh, so you're doing like I was then. We were just swiping. And like, oh shit, I didn't mean to match with them. And then you let it go, right? And then I go through my inbox every 7 days probably and just unmatch with people that I'm not vibing with anymore.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right.
Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for being here. This was a really long episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, on that note, there's more to come. We got some juicy stuff coming up in future episodes.
New guests. New guests.
New guests and new
Really long shot, people. Let's hear your side.
Let's hear your side. Long start. Long
See,
shot.
that would be fun. I would like to do that. I would like to find like
That would be
broken up
fun.
couple
And get both
and
of
get
them.
both sides of the story.
Hey, you know
Opposite
what? Cobb would
episodes.
go with you with me. He would do it.
Okay.
He's cool.
That would be fun. Let's
all
set it
things
up.
considered.
Set it up.
Well, he's not in the state anymore.
That's fine. We can do a Zoom call.
I'll ask him.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. He just made some bad choices.
Well, most
We all there, guys.
right. Most guys do. We got penises.
Well, you know,
They do.
those first responders.
Right.
You know, you got the firefighters.
All right, guys. We will catch you next time.
Thank you for joining us. Dating Detours. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to Dating Detours.
If this episode hit home, follow the show and drop us a quick review. It really helps us grow.
And if you've got a dating story of your own, we want to hear it.
Hit the link in our show notes, be a guest, and keep navigating the chaos out there.
Keep dating, keep learning, and don't be afraid to take the detour.